Haven't showed up for work. You know something inside you don't feel right, and you the emergency contact, so you know this a real emergency. So you stopped everything you was doing and took it upon yourself to go visit your mother at her house and try to confirm that everything is okay, rightfully so. But in the meantime, your mother's still not answering the phone. You calling, family members, even a job. But you also got a younger sibling who's also not answering, but he lived with your mother. So now your adrenaline is going crazy. Because as you try to get to this scene, you can't help but assume the worst. Only for you to walk inside your mother's home to find her stretched out on the floor while your younger sibling is pacing back and forth. Fam, at that very moment, what would you do? It's probably easier said than done, huh? Well, unfortunately for a young man who we'll later discuss, this real life. Not to mention this took place less than 24 hours of me doing this video. And hopefully by the time we finish this video, you'll find out what this young man did after having that situation put in front of him, and possibly why. Not to mention take a look at who involved. I mean, we all react different, but let's be real for a second, fam. Certain actions don't even need an explanation, and I'm sure some of us will agree that this is possibly one of them. But nonetheless, as we go over this video, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no angle, I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it. Today we visit a place where just last week they went viral for an unfortunate situation that happened at a small theater venue. Now we covered that story. I'll leave the link in the bio if you guys want to check it out. You see, a local dad from Mobile, Alabama, where we headed to today, was gunned down in front of his daughter. It was at his daughter's dance recital. Not to mention the victim happens to know the suspect. Turns out it was his baby mother's new boyfriend.
8 years old, 7th grader. Let's go.
That baby mother's new boyfriend. Ain't that some stuff?
Marcus Sanders, and that's why he's being charged with capital murder.
New at a shooting.
The newly filed capital murder charge applies.
Down.
Fast forward 6 days later, Sunday, June 8th, 2025, Tracy Laverne McDuffie had drew concerns from her job after not showing up for her shift over the weekend and not calling in. People who knew Miss Tracy knew that wasn't like her. Miss Tracy was a loving mom of 2. Her oldest was a son who went by the name of Brent, 25 years old, and her youngest was a young man who went by the name of Brandon, 21 years old. Miss Tracy loved shoes, and she loved being a mom. Miss Tracy lived on Raw Street in Mobile, Alabama. Her youngest son Brandon also lived with her. Now the oldest was Brent. He loved making music, and it wasn't just rapping. He even liked making instrumental. Brent lived about 20 minutes away from his mom. Sunday, June 8th, 2025, before pulling up to his mom's house, Brent stopped at a local gas station and talked to a childhood friend and discussed their music aspirations. But an hour later, Brent didn't realize that his worst dreams would come true. At around 12:43 p.m., on the 2100 block of Raw Street, Brent would come inside his mom's home that was passed down to his mother by his grandmother, by a woman named Miss Anna Mae, who was the neighborhood candy lady. And in that very same house that he grew up in, his mom was laying lifeless
Get out of here, man.
But suddenly, Brent would get into a shootout with his
what?
brother after while on the floor.
And then he got into a show with his brother. Coming in the house. I mean, if you come in the house, man, got a gun. It ain't too many guys that wouldn't shot that gun at him. You got my mother dead on the floor. And what's sad about where I'm from, you would have to get time for coming inside your home. You come inside your home, see your mother dead on the ground, on the floor, and he shoot at you. You gonna get time for that if you kill him. Bruh. What am I supposed to do? Because they're going to say, well, for one, you shouldn't have had the gun. Well, at least you got to do time. I accept, you doing some time for the gun. I accept that. But
suddenly, Brent would get into a shootout with his brother after realizing he was the perpetrator who pulled the trigger on their mother. Now at this moment, it's not clear who allegedly pulled the first shot, but it was clear that shortly after Brent had ran outside and yelled to the neighbors that his brother had killed his mom. The neighbors heard gunshots, some ran inside their homes, some pulled up chairs, and some started to record.
The one that did it, they say He ain't the one that did it. Say his brother did it. The little one. The one that look all weird. He walk around looking weird with that black. Yeah.
I have a relationship with public safety director Larry. Now, he tells me when something like this happens to let him know about it. Now, if he just put that gun down on that ground, I don't know what's going on. What he did?
Say he didn't do it. His brother did. The other one. It's the weird looking one.
It's the real.
He in that house. Say he done shot his mom, killed his mama here in the house.
Oh my God.
He always had that hood on, looking crazy. Not him, the other one. He said his brother killed him, not him.
Get together. Oh my Jesus. Oh my gosh, she didn't pick up the word. Oh, this is too much, yeah. Oh, Jesus. Well, how did they find out? Is JD on there?
That look, no, I think JD. Yeah, that's what he was saying. No, he.
Get the shoe.
Yeah, because he was in the street like that waiting. Oh man, he'd have killed my mama like that. So, you know, my mama got scared and ran in the house.
Well, more of the story, y'all. He didn't kill. Somebody's mother got killed, and brother. I don't know if the oldest or the youngest. I really ain't listened to that as well. But yeah, we ran the comments with y'all what it is in this situation, because this really doesn't like click to me. Damn. Still didn't understand why he did it. I thought he said at the end of the video he was going to understand why. I don't know. I'm gone.